Alrighty, last 3 days. So on the morning of June 9th, day 9, you guys will actually fly from Xi'an to Shanghai. It'll be a fun experience for you to experience Asian Airlines. A few things that Mr. Bowman and I have always laughed at. One was the fact that they're very formal, so all the people are dressed really well. And the other thing is that the rules that we take very seriously here in America when flying are not at all followed, has been our experience, not at all followed in China. So, you know, the plane will have barely landed and everyone will be standing and rushing to the gates or to the doors to get out. Or they'll tell you to turn off your phones and everyone will be on their phones in the plane. So I'll be interested to hear what your experience is like. You will then arrive at the Shanghai airport, and I think the Shanghai airport's like the second biggest in the world. It's huge, so just stay with your group. You'll meet a new guide. Every time you enter a new city, you will meet a new guide, and I encourage you to talk to your guides and become friends with your guides. They're usually amazing people. I've never really had a guide who was a flop, so I'm hoping that you guys have the same experience. You will go to Nanjing Road, and if you did any reading in China Road, Nanjing Road is mentioned a million times because that's really where the Silk Road started. If you want to read more about Nanjing Road, by all means, you should borrow the book from me or from anyone else that has it and read that. Or go to Rob Gifford's podcast and listen to what he has to say about that. But that's actually where the Silk Road started. It is the equivalent of Times Square in New York. Beautiful, beautiful area, tons of neon lights, a great area to walk up and down and shop and things like that. And so this would be kind of westernized shopping, by the way. So it would be pricey and brand names from the United States. But it's something for you guys can see, like they say in the itinerary, it's one of the world's busiest shopping streets, and I believe that. After that, you guys will be able to have dinner and kind of enjoy the area and kind of get settled into Shanghai. So, the next day, on June 10th, you will actually wake up and plan on arriving at Cargill at 9:30 that morning. You will sit through kind of a Q&A with Cargill, information about why they work in China and just some basics about business in China. This will be a great opportunity for you guys to get more research about your projects and also just hear more about what it's like to be an expat living in China. You will also then, the Cargill's main offices are attached to a big mall in Shanghai. All malls are big in China, but a big mall, like their average size mall is bigger than the Mall of America. It's just nuts. But you're going to go with some people from Cargill and go have lunch. So if I were with you, I'd give you the speech of, hey, this is a golden opportunity for most of you to talk and connect and get to know people who live in the corporate world. And if you ever are thinking of international business or working on an international level, you should be talking with these people. So I will discourage you from sitting next to your best buddy at lunch and talking about the Twins game that you missed. I would encourage you to get some one-on-one time with these people that you will have been spending time with all morning. After that, you guys will go to Yu Garden, which is kind of an interesting place. It is the last place to probably do your shopping. You will Yu Garden is definitely an area where locals go to buy and sell their items. If you ever were to Google Anthony Bourdain in Shanghai, you'd see a video of him buying what he would say the world's best dumplings in Yu Garden, and I went and had them, and they were phenomenal. My friend was just living in Shanghai. He says they're the best too. So you guys can go look and see if you want more dumplings there. But it's another great opportunity to buy your silk ties for your fathers, or buy your or for your deca dress up. For your homecoming, things like that. It's probably the last opportunity to buy souvenirs at Yu Garden, but it's a huge, huge, busy place. And so Miss Lola to Miss Tremblay will set you up for how you guys can kind of do things on your own or in groups, and obviously not on your own, but in groups, and be able to kind of explore a little bit. One of my favorite things I did there at Yu Garden was I got a Chinese caricature made of me, and if you go in my office right now, it's sitting on the shelf, but it's one of my, actually it was a caricature, but they cut it out of paper, and so it looks nothing like me, but it would be, if I were Chinese, it'd be what I'd look like, so it's kind of funny to me. And then that night, you guys are heading to an acrobat show, which is so cool. You're thinking, you walk in the theater and you're like, oh, it's gonna be cheesy. And then like these people do ridiculous, amazing things. And so just sit back and watch the show. You can buy popcorn and stuff like that, but it's really, really cool. Like, you know, motorcycle and a little KG ball and all that craziness. And it's a really fun way to end your time in China. Then the next morning you guys wake up and you head back to Minneapolis. So on day 11 or June 11th, Wednesday, June 11th, you'll be flying back to Minneapolis. And again, you fly from Shanghai to Tokyo, and then Tokyo to Minneapolis, arriving in Minneapolis at 12:47, approximately 3 hours before you left Tokyo. You guys will have these itineraries. You'll have your own itineraries with your passports and things that you can refer to. And, you know, your advisors will obviously have tons of information, but I wanted to give you some things to think about. By all means, let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.